Hey guys, Gina here, the mind mechanic out of Taos, New Mexico. And happy Monday, y'all. Thought I'd do a little walk and talk and just check in with you guys. I have had some really amazing conversations with a few of you guys within the last few days and wanted to have a little conversation about owning individual behavior and the impact of not acknowledging your own individual behavior and how it actually impacts other people. And the reason that this is so important is that there are a ton of folks that genuinely do not take responsibility for their own individual behavior, the things that they do, the things that they say, reactions, responses, coping mechanisms, things that genuinely impact and influence other people's reactions and responses. And where this becomes a huge issue is pertaining to disconnections within relationships. When people have a tendency to do certain things, react certain ways, lose control, overreact, assume, project, whatever it may be, that creates reactions and responses, their own coping mechanisms, the things that they do. And those things negatively impact other people. When they fail, these individual people, to acknowledge the influence, the significant influence of their behavior onto their relationships, they deflect, they deny, they avoid, they disconnect from taking ownership of these things. They end up blaming, getting upset with other people when those people react and respond to their behavior. This cycle creates complete catastrophic results. Over time, relationships decline. Over time, people begin to resent one another. People begin to no longer trust, respect. They no longer are willing to show up for the individual people that they love and care about because they don't feel valuable. They don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. They don't feel valuable. I'm pretty sure I just said that. They don't feel significant. Careful. And those feelings, they create severe disconnection within relationships. And when people are not willing to acknowledge that they do these things, that they are causing the actual disconnections within their relationships because of their behavior, because of their coping mechanisms. When people are not willing to address this, when they are not willing to take a step back and actually think about the ways that they are treating other people. Come on, girl. Good job. Come on. When people fail to own or acknowledge what they're doing, this literally completely disintegrates, deteriorates, self-sabotages, relationships, foundations. It voids the quality, the rapport, the originally healthy foundation. People fall in love every day. People have familial relationships that are deeply valuable, significant. They love and respect the people that they love and respect. But then there are individuals that cope in unhealthy ways. They require stroking their egos. They require external stimulation, boosts of confidence. People who constantly need additional affection and attention from those outside of their marriages, those outside of their relationships. So they do things that are deceitful. They do things to satisfy their own selfish need, their own personal interests. This is just one example. When people lie, deceive, when people refuse to release control of obsessive compulsive things, great example as well is, when people tell you that they're gonna do something or you can rely on them, and just because things are not done in your way, when you want, how you want it, there are a million different ways to skin a cat. There are a million different ways to get from point A to point B that are equally as significant, that are equally as effective. But yet, because people cannot release control, they insist on backhandedly just removing the other person's ability to honor their word, to satisfy those things. And when you do that, when someone tells you that they're going to do something as far as, little things, helping people, and then all of a sudden you get in a huff because, I want it done right now. I want it done just like this. People have different agendas. People have different schedules. People have different practices and ideas as to how to troubleshoot things, how to accomplish tasks. And when another person projects their lack of confidence, their lack of faith, they express this insatiable need for control. That is such an insult to the people who literally are saying, I got this. Let me do this for you. And especially when we're dealing with elders, our parents, people who are injured, they've got things going on. When they insist on doing things, when other people say that they're going to do things, when they actively do things, but they aren't the way they want them done. They aren't done precisely when they want them done. And then they go on to slander the individual. They go on to complain about, I had to do this, or, I'm broken because I needed to do this. Well, if you could have just been patient and allowed people to finish their day of work, or just be grateful that these things are being done. When they are getting done, you wouldn't have room to slander or room to insult or room to belittle individual people. And people do it all the time. People literally throw other people under the bus because of their own insecurities, because of their own paranoia. Have you ever been with someone that you go out to dinner and something will come up? You'll be with friends or family and something will come up, and because the individual person that you are with is so insecure or worried about what other people think, they will go out of their way to throw another person under the bus, insult them, belittle them, just to make themselves not look bad. If something's taking place, if people are late or whatever, showing up, and the very first thing they'll say is, oh, so-and-so, took 15 minutes extra and that's why we're late. When, I don't know, maybe they couldn't find their keys or something. People who do that, people who insist on insulting other people, they do this because they are insecure. They do this because they are so worried about being judged. And most of the time, people could care less. They just want to see you. They just want to enjoy time with you. And for the people who are regularly getting thrown under the bus, regularly being insulted, regularly having someone talk poorly of them, creating stories that are inaccurate, one-sided, egocentric, that is a very frustrating position to be in. Our individual behavior and the things that we do, the ways that we treat other people, the ways that we react and respond to situations, the ways that we deny poor behavior, not owning our own individual behavior, not apologizing, not taking the time to have open communication about things. That is a tragedy in relationships. If you are not acknowledging your behavior and the role that you play within your relationships, then you are completely oblivious to why a lot of the disconnections and the issues that you have within your own relationships are taking place, especially when you're dealing with people who love you more than anything. And the only thing that these individual people want to do is to spend time with you, to enjoy quality time. When these people want to spend quality time with you, yet you are behaving in poor ways, disrespectful ways, selfish, ego-stroking ways, narcissistic ways. When that is taking place and people are getting frustrated, people are working so hard to be patient, to figure out additional ways to communicate, to address the things that are taking place. And over and over and over again, you deny the things that are taking place. You avoid the conversations. You don't want to hear about your poor behavior. I get upset because you tell me this all the time. Well, yes. We're having these conversations over and over again because you are repeatedly doing the same things. You are repeatedly behaving in ways that are self-serving. People need to realize that cycles, 9 times out of 10, result from familial situations. Oftentimes, the behavior that we take on, the things that we do, coping mechanisms, oftentimes they are either influenced by other people or they are created based around familial situations. People learn coping mechanisms within the home. They learn how to disconnect, how to deflect, how to lie, how to manipulate, based around familial situations. The rearing process of growing up and what we are exposed to. We have to break these cycles. We have to own our own individual behavior. I say this quite often. People don't get to just walk up to other people and sucker punch them in the head or in the face, metaphorically speaking. Whether it's mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and I'm talking about like verbal attacks, insults, criticisms, negativity, chronic negativity, constantly projecting your individual misery and disappointment with your own life onto other people. We don't get to just sucker punch people, attack them, and then get mad at them and blame them when they turn around and beat our asses. I mean, I don't know about you, but if someone came and sucker punched me, I would absolutely protect and defend myself. And it wouldn't be pretty. You don't get to behave poorly and then blame other people when they react and respond to your poor behavior. You do not. If people want their relationships to succeed and thrive, they have to be willing to do the work. The coyotes are out. We have to be willing to do the work to reverse, to eliminate. You guys, be nice. Come on. Gyps, you know her. Play nice, girls. Come on. Perna. We have to be willing to do the work. We absolutely cannot behave poorly, deceive, lie, cheat, steal, insult, manipulate, self-soothe in negative ways, and influence our relationships in unhealthy ways if we want them to succeed. If you are in a relationship that you love, that you cherish the person that you are with, and you have so many disconnects conflict, fights, arguments. You have to take the time to look at yourself, look at your own behavior, reactions, and responses, the things that you are doing, and also look at the reactions, behaviors, and responses of the person that you love. Hey, Gypsy, you be nice. You know her. Hey, stop. Be nice. You be nice. That's your friend. You be nice. Be nice. Hey, stop. Gypsy. All these random dogs that like to come out. Hey, Gypsy, stop. Come on, girl. Come on. Perna, come on. Come on. Good girl. I have all of these desert dogs that love to come and join us when we walk. And the making friends process is sometimes a little challenging. You guys be nice. Come on. You know each other. But that's just it. You have to establish trust. You have to establish an awareness, a familiarity, and stop testing one another. Stop carrying your baggage into your relationships from the past. The past is the past. What's done is done. The future may never come. Tomorrow may never arrive. Every moment that we have in the present, that is what matters. Right now. Not the stories that we carry from our childhoods. Not the trauma that we've experienced in the past. Yes, they're all valid. They are things that sculpt our strength and our wisdom. But that's exactly what they are there for. We go through these things, and they are not always peaches and cream. But what does not kill us only makes us stronger, only makes us wiser. We get to reflect on certain things and say, thank you so much for showing me how I would never choose to behave. Thank you for instilling the most remarkable characteristics and values within me so that I can replicate those things. But if you love and honor someone, you love and honor a relationship, you have to nurture the relationship. You have to stop being proud. You have to move into a place of taking ownership for your roles and the things that you're doing. Because if not, you are going to lose the people that you love the most. Because eventually they will get tired of dealing with your poor behavior. And on that note, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing evening, and I will check in with you again soon.